Good afternoon, gentlemen, ladies, comrades and friends of the Fourth Estate. I see you've come in your numbers. I'm always happy to welcome you to ZANU-PF headquarters, the home of the permanent Zimbabwe revolution. You are our interface with the public, both domestic, regional, continental, and global. So it's not both, it's all of them. Don't be jealous about your own citizens if they make money out of the economic activity which is going on in the country. Don't be jealous about them. And if you have the template that only colonial people can be rich and not Zimbabwean people can be rich, then you are not for the new republic. Because the president Said Itai mari, vana vese itai mari kana muchigona, my youths itai mari kana muchigona. I say this with a little bit of an angst, because some of the young people who have made money and are called Sakupwanya, they are branded as thieves, the national thieves, when actually they are playing a very active role in the production of gold and making sure that young people who are digging gold get a price which is commensurate to their hard work. That's why they produce more. Maybe if I mention Scott Sakupwanya, you say maybe there's an axe to grind. I come from Chegutu. That's my district. Chegutu probably is the fastest growing GDP in the country today as a town. This is the new breed of Zimbabwean gold miners who are making money. So when you see the ZIG strengthen, don't be surprised, because these people are digging gold. He is only one of many who are doing that. This is President Mnangagwa at work. This is ZANU-PF at work, charting a new economic path for Zimbabwe. I want to say this a priori because I'm going to entertain some questions. Then all of them send around black marking Zimbabwean entrepreneurs. Maybe there's a one bad apple here and there. Maybe there's one who is showy here and there. But that is not a reason to throw away the baby with the bathwater or to have a blanket condemnation of a new class of African entrepreneurs who are riding on the resource restitution of ZANU-PF since we won the war, the land. What is above and what is below. This is where we are going. These are the things which occupy ZANU-PF as the ruling party. I say this because there are persistent efforts from certain quarters, and some of them have cropped into the party, where we want to be distracted away from the goal at hand, which is to deliver on prosperity to Zimbabwe. People constantly throw cobwebs on the ruling party. They want to waylay the president to be preoccupied with the trivialities and false accusations, to make us be engaged in a witch hunt amongst ourselves, so that they fulfill the fact that Africans cannot work together among themselves. They fulfill the fact that only a colonial economy can function, a revolutionary economy cannot deliver. We refuse that in ZANU-PF. Adamantly refuse that, because we have shown 22 years into sanctions that we can defy those who think they are masters of the world. So lo behold, today in America, in the American Congress, the same one which surpassed Zidera in 2002, it is revisiting Zidera to repeal it. That's not happening because America has become charitable. No, it's happening because they've seen that Zimbabwe can defy the odds and can prosper even when America is denying it access to the capital markets. Now they are saying if you can't beat them, maybe they join them. We welcome that. This is a good thing for Zimbabwe. The American market is huge. It's the largest in the world. We even wanted a reciprocal trade arrangement with America, as the president said. Why the reason? Because we believe that we can export steel to America and make money. No other African country can probably do that. This is what Zimbabwe has attained. So you can't argue with success, and nothing succeeds like success. These are the issues which our president and his party grapple with in the Politburo. How do we keep the economic momentum which we've gathered so that it can be sustained? Can I see water?